So you think the Cup guys are way more aggressive in a nationwide race than they are in a Cup race?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they are. I mean, I just feel like they have nothing to lose, which is fine. I mean, it makes it more exciting for the fans, and I'm okay with racing like that. But I just don't like when it takes its toll on me and gives our guys at Junior Motorsports a bad finish that I don't feel like we deserved. You know, we were a top 10 car, and we ended up finishing 28th because they pushed the issue and made a decision to go 3 wide when I mean, I'm certain of it that wouldn't have happened on Saturday in the Cup race with either one of them. I mean, it did happen at the end of the
Yeah.
race, but
But they're
at the
going to
end of
wait till the end.
at the end of the race, you would expect that, just like I would expect that in the Nationwide Series. With 10, 15, 20 to go, you would expect for everybody to be, you know, giving everything they got and making decisions that they think they need to make to win the race. But halfway through the race, you would never expect that, and I know that they wouldn't do that in the Cup Series.
Don't forget, if you got a question for us here in our NASCAR Nationwide Spotlight live on NASCAR.com for Aric Almirola, just hit it on the computer. We'll get it right here, and we'll get right to it. So some of the folks would like to know a little bit about Dover as well.
Yep.
Let's spin it forward here. What can we expect at the Monster Mile?
Oh man, that place is my favorite racetrack. Not just because I've won there. It was my favorite racetrack before I had ever won a race there. But I went there in a Camping World car, or Busch East car, or whatever they call them now. But I went there the first time I ever went there in one of those cars and won. And then I went there last year in a truck and won. So I've got two monsters in my office, and you know, I love that place. It's unlike anywhere else we go. It's so fast. You're carrying so much speed through the corner, and it's concrete, and it rubbers up really bad, and it gets heavy chunks of rubber on it, and the racetrack will really widen out. And the more rubber that gets laid on it, the slicker it gets. And you just kind of get up on top of the rubber, and I mean, there's no other place like it. When we go down into turn one, it's like falling off 3 stories of a building. Like, I think it's probably a 50 or 60 foot drop from the front straightaway down into turn one. We go into this, you know, big hole, and the G-forces going through the corner because it's got such high banking, and we're going so fast that, I mean, you don't feel that kind of G-force at any other racetrack we go to.
Yeah, I was very surprised about that. I took some laps around there with Tony Stewart, and it really is like going off a ledge.
Yeah.
When you go down into 1, and it's a different feeling going into 1 than it is going into 3.
Yeah, 3 is much more gradual. It's like they did a better job, or I don't even know if you'd call it better because I like turn 1.
Right.
They did a different job.
Yeah.
Getting into 3 is much more gradual. It does go downhill some, but it's much more gradual, where turn 1 is just abrupt. Like the racetrack falls out from underneath your race car because you're going so fast. It probably looks gradual when you're looking at it. But when you're going 160, 170 mile an hour, when you go across there, I mean, it's just like the racetrack falls out from underneath the race car. The race car gets really light right there, and like in qualifying and stuff like that, when you see people trying to make a really good lap, you'll see people get in trouble right there because the car gets really light, and any input you put is magnified because when you land, it all happens like right now. So it's, like I said, it's unlike any place we go to, and then to be able to stand on top of that bridge and coming off at turn 2, you know, I've stood there and watched Cup practice and stuff, and it's insane to watch how fast the cars are cornering and how yawed out they look. And they go under that bridge, and they're running 160 mile an hour, and when you come out of the corner, you go back up onto the straightaway. And so not only do you go down into the corner and fall down in, but when you come off the corner, you go up onto the straightaway. And so when you do that, the car gets light again, and you'll see people come off the corner and their car will get light and they'll get loose. And it's a cool racetrack.
And you really feel in the pit of your stomach when
you
you do.
I mean, really, it's like riding a roller coaster. I mean, it really is that feeling that you get when you drop off the roller coaster. You get that same feeling in your stomach when you go down in turn 1. And the G-forces going through the corner are very similar to the G-forces when you're on a roller coaster going from side to side. So, I mean, it's like riding a roller coaster for 300 miles.
Fastest 1-mile racetrack you see all year by far.
Absolutely.
And it's also a track that's kind of like a Darlington in the fact that if you win there, you feel like you really accomplished something.
You do. I mean, that place, you really feel like that place is a driver's racetrack, you know, because you can move around, but you got to be careful because the tire that they typically bring there has a lot of grip, and when the track starts to take the rubber off the tires and it starts to lay it down on the racetrack, it makes the tires last a lot longer. Most of the time we go to concrete racetracks, we have trouble with tire wear. Well, Dover's no different. You know, everybody will sit around and wait during practice to go out and make laps because they want everybody else to put rubber down before they go out. Well, in the race, when it rubbers up, you'll see people start moving up and moving up and moving up to fresh concrete because there's more grip up there. But if you're not careful, you'll tear your tires up and you'll blow a right front out. And I mean, you see at Dover all the time because we have so much load and we're going so fast, and because of the concrete surface, when people start moving up, they'll blow a right front tire out and hit the fence.
One of the things I was wondering about, when you get a sponsor like Degree, do you have enough deodorant now to last you a lifetime at home?
I do.
Does they just show up in cases?
I do, and I smell good.
Yeah, well.
And I smell good. And I don't sweat.
See, there you go.
But yeah, no, Unilever is a great sponsor for us, and I have plenty of Degree deodorant, and they supply me with my Suave for Men body wash and shampoo, so you got plenty of Ragu pasta sauce to eat spaghetti with.
Eating good, looking good,
yeah,
smelling good.
We're doing it all. We're living it up.
All right, we got time for one more question here that folks would like to know. What's the coolest thing you've gotten to do hanging out with Junior?
Man, I don't know. I mean, he's a normal guy. I mean,
But come on, he's got a go-kart track in his backyard.
I mean,
He's got a Western town in there.
I've hung out at his Western town. We've raced go-karts, dirt track, asphalt track. I mean, all that stuff's fun. It's all cool. But I don't think, for me, I mean, I've been friends with him for a long time, and now he's my boss, and we're still friends. And I've never really viewed him as a celebrity or, oh, you're Dale Jr. We just hang out as normal people would. So I've never done anything specifically with him that was like, wow, that's so cool that I got to do that with Dale Jr.
Right. Key is you get the VIP line at Whiskey River, don't you?
Yes, that's a good time.
All right, Aric Almirola joining us here today on our NASCAR Nationwide Spotlight Live Chat. Make sure you join us again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. when we'll have another guest from the NASCAR Nationwide Series right here with us. Best of luck to you this weekend at Dover. Thanks for coming by. I'm Ralph Shaheen. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like some more information on everything that's happening on the NASCAR Nationwide Series, make sure you go to NASCARNationwideSeries.com. So long, everybody.